The account for the movie Unplanned, why was it suspended?
Thank you for that question, sir. I'll note that the Mother Teresa quote is currently still on Twitter.
But you wouldn't say whether or not it was hate speech.
If I could, what was your question again, sir?
Right. The record will reflect that you would not say whether or not it was hate speech. That's what I said I thought was hilarious. My question is, why was the movie for the account for the movie Unplanned banned?
Thank you, sir. It was what we discovered. We have a system that tries to stop people who have broken our rules in the past from coming back on. The individual who started the @Unplanned movie account had previously been suspended for breaking our rules, and as a result, our automated systems flagged that account, and it was taken down for an hour.
And are all of the, well, let me ask you this, I'll come back to that. Why was the conservative columnist Jesse Kelly banned?
We have been in contact with him about what he did, and he understands the rules that he's broken. This is a challenge of a platform as broad as Twitter, where people are doing things that are not always visible to the public, and we can't comment because of his privacy and security, but it was a significant violation and one that we stand by.
So is it algorithms that are making these decisions about who is deplatformed and when?
We use a combination of machine learning and human review.
Tell me about the human review.
We have a team that's global. We are headquartered in San Francisco, but we have offices in Dublin and Singapore, and just about every time zone in between. 3/4 of our users are overseas, and we try to have a global workforce that can deal with the fact that cultural contexts are extremely difficult.
So the review team consists of quite a few people, is what you're telling me.
We have 4,000 people globally.
4,000 people on the review team globally.
4,000 people at Twitter.
But how many people on the review team, though?
I'd have to get back to you.
It's significant, though. It's across sites. It's not just in San Francisco.
Yes, sir.
What are the protocols that the review team follows? Is there a protocol that they follow?
There are protocols on any number of issues. Yes, sir.
And including about deplatforming.
Let me explain.
First, just answer that question. Is there a protocol?
There are many workflows and protocols and
Will you make those public?
We make our terms of service public. And
will you make the protocols public for the review of when you ban people like the Unplanned movie and Jesse Kelly? Will you make those protocols as it relates to the human reviewers? Will you make those public?
I think you're aiming at a very important question, which is transparency.
No, why don't you just first answer my question? Will you make those public? Will you commit today to? You said earlier that you are a pro-transparency company, that you want to embrace transparency. So you have your chance now. Tell us you'll make the protocols public. Will you make them public?
It's not up to me to make them public, sir.
Will you advocate for making them public?
I will. Our team will get back to you, sir.
So that's a no. You will not commit today to making your protocols public.
I am a senior and
so
good executive.
You won't say
Twitter,
whether or not Mother Teresa's speech is hate speech. You won't tell us really why Unplanned was banned. You won't tell us why Jesse Kelly's speech is banned. You say now that you've admitted that there is human involvement in these decisions, that there are in fact numerous people involved. There are protocols, but you won't make them public. Have I got that right?
I told you why Unplanned movie was banned, was taken down for an hour, and I've told you why Jesse Kelly was kicked off the platform.
No,
and if you want more details, you should ask him.
No. You said you couldn't tell me for privacy concerns related to him, and now you're saying that you do have protocols, but you won't make those public. Yet you're a transparency company.
Can I tell you about some of the steps we take to do exactly what you're describing? Which is every 6 months we put out a report. It's called the Twitter Transparency Report.
How about this?
We report across 6.
This for the record. How about this? Will you commit to a third-party audit? I've called on Jack to do a third-party audit of potential bias within Twitter. Will you commit to doing that? Will you say yes?
We take a number of steps to improve transparency.
No, will you say yes to a third-party audit? Answer my question.
We have a Twitter Transparency Report we put out every 6 months.
That's not a third-party audit.
We release to a third-party, Lumen.
Will you commit to having an independent third party do an audit of Twitter?
I will invite you to look at transparency.
So that's a no. You're telling
Twitter.com and
all right,
see
thank you
where,
very much.
where we're not.
Mr. Potts, let me just ask you, Facebook has done internal investigations into political bias, and you've done at least one audit related to housing discrimination prompted by Senator Booker. Will you make the results of those investigations public?
Senator, that's correct, and to the extent we can, we will make them public. We are undergoing an assessment currently by Senator Kyle that you may be familiar with. I don't know the status of that now, but we're happy to get back to you.
Will Facebook commit to doing an unbiased third-party audit on your search and ban practices to determine whether or not there's political bias?
I believe that is what Senator Kyle is looking at. He's looking at a number of things that may lead to more information on unconscious bias against conservatives. I know he has met with over 130 leading conservative voices, some members of Congress at this point as well. I do not know what the current progress of that report is. I want to give Senator Kyle enough space to carry out his activity. He's a very diligent person, as you all know, but we expect that report to be very illuminating and hopefully not showing bias, but we want to give him the space to complete.
All right, my time has expired, and let me just say thanks again to the chair for letting me participate. If your companies are truly committed to transparency, and you're telling us that they are, then I think the public deserves to have some answers. They deserve to have you be actually transparent. And yet this committee hearing again today shows that you're anything but transparent, and you apparently have no interest in becoming more transparent. This is a huge, huge problem. And I would hope for the sake of the customers that you serve and the values you purport to represent that you would change your behavior and to change your commitments to providing a neutral, unbiased platform for all users in this country. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.